So do you ever wonder why it's so hard to focus for more than 5 or 10 minutes on your art and your creative work? Well, I'm here to tell you that is not entirely your fault. It is something that is called dopamine addiction, and there's something that we can all as artists do about it. So there's been many mornings where I myself have been guilty of waking up, reaching for my phone, turning it on, and allowing myself to be distracted and hit with endless upon endless dopamine hit of news and things that are going on in the world and notifications and messages from friends and all of this kind of stuff. When I had initially intended to start that morning fresh and get straight into my creative practice, there have been other mornings where I have woken up and resisted the urge to turn my phone on, and I've gone straight down into my studio space and begun easing into deep, focused creative work. And the difference in how I felt and what I've been able to achieve is quite incredible. On those days where I got straight into work, I've found that I've been able to do hours upon hours of uninterrupted, focused work, and I felt so good from doing it that I've just wanted to continue. I didn't want to stop. But on days where I've allowed myself to get very distracted in the mornings is where I felt frustrated with myself and unable to properly focus and be grounded and concentrate on my work properly how I know that I can. So I think we are being bombarded left, right and centre by all sorts of distractions, but it's really up to us to take control of the situation. And it doesn't mean completely banning absolutely everything, every stimulus and form of entertainment for all of the time, but it does mean, like I said, taking back control and making sure that you do the things that you set out to do and give yourself enough time and the environment to get into that creative space as an artist that we all know that we need to enter as often as possible in order to produce the best possible work that we can. So what can we do about this situation? Well, I have a few solutions for you, and they may seem quite obvious, but sometimes the obvious needs to be pointed out. One of them is, of course, making sure that you have your phone off while you are doing your creative work or sit down and set out to do that practice. It doesn't mean you have to completely power your phone off, but you can put it on airplane mode, which stops any notifications coming in and causing unnecessary distractions. I do actually recommend that you put your phone in another room. Sometimes I leave my phone upstairs intentionally so it's not within reach at all, and I can just get straight into this creative work. Another thing you can do is download. There are a number of apps that block notifications for certain periods of time, so you can actually have a set time that you get into that work that you need to do and get it done, and you're just reducing things that are going to take you away from doing what you set out to do. Personally, I don't use those apps. I just prefer having my phone out of reach and out of sight, out of mind, and just allowing myself to ease into the deep, uninterrupted, focused work where I know how good it makes me feel and how much I can get done once I've entered it. Creativity thrives on boredom and deep work, but all of this constant dopamine distraction and hits from left, right and centre, it really limits and keeps us engaging from the creative practice and focus sessions. I also think there is a case to be said about overstimulation that can lead to a lot of frustration and maybe even burnout. A lot of people are saying they feel burnt out a lot of the time, and burnout is a very serious thing. But maybe technology and overstimulation and too much dopamine throughout the day is a contributor to this issue. I know personally how if I've been on my phone for a certain period of time, I can feel very frustrated with myself because that's 20 minutes that I could have been drawing or painting and developing my skill or working on my art or my art business, a number of these things. So there's another solution that I will propose to you. One thing that I've found that has really worked for me is having the first half of the day free from messaging people, free from replying to any sort of notifications or allowing them to come in, and then having a period of time later on the day where I've done the bulk of my work and the most important work, and having that period of time where I allow everything to come through, and then I respond to those things when I'm ready to do it. Another thing you can do, I know people that do this, is have 1 day per week of being completely free from dopamine in terms of not having their phone switched on for the entire day. This is something that I haven't done for a very long time. I think I did it years ago, once or twice, but I do intend to do myself very, very soon. So just to reassure you all, this of course isn't about quitting everything, but it is about taking back control as artists, as creative people, and making sure that we set ourselves up for the highest chance of success with our work and our practice. If you struggled with this, drop something in the comments below, your story, your experience, and let's all take our creativity back. So that's it for this video. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, like I said, drop some comments in what you think, and I'll see you in the next one.